Okay, everyone, this is our last week. You will have one more video, or actually, we'll have two more videos after this, but they'll be very short. The next one will come along. Uh, I'm guessing right now it's going to be Wednesday when I will do a full review for the final. I'll work on it to have it out by Wednesday early evening. We'll do a full review for the final, and it will stay up until Sunday night. I'll do a brief video afterwards telling you about the final and how we're going to go get it and all the things that are going to take place with that. And then your final will be opened up for you to grab it, do all the work on it, and then you can submit it. So let's get right into to where we're at. Let's start with this is our schedule of things. And I'll drop down quickly to our last week here, the week of the 12th through the 18th. Your reading assignment is chapter 12. We will have an exam. I will go over it shortly and give you the basic info for that. You need to write your reflection journal. Let's wrap those up so I'll get those all graded. We have one last discussion board, and the big thing is you have a position paper number 2, that is due by Friday. I did extend the date of the relationship movie analysis into this next week. So if you haven't done that, then you need to get that knocked out as well. And then the final will be posted online Monday at 8 a.m. and it will be on until Tuesday at 5 p.m. I will not take a grade after Tuesday at 5 p.m. If you are working and you cannot get to a computer to get to that, you need to let me know immediately and I will make other arrangements. You will not have a week to do it, but you'll have some time to get that done. Just really briefly, the final exam will look an awful lot like the two quizzes that you've had, plus an additional the total exam points is going to be 50 questions total. So I think the first one had 12, 15 answers. Second one's 10, so it'll be another 25, but it'll be straight from the book, and we will go over every bit of it. So if you see that, you know where you're at with the schedule, so then we can jump on and get those things done. I tried to, I think I've almost got all your reflection journals graded. I really wanted to send you some personal feedback with that, but there were just so many I didn't have a chance to get much of that done. But I'll tell you this, I really appreciate the things that you've written and your discussions, how you've really taken to heart. I mean, I wasn't looking for pages and pages. I was looking for you to make some really true observations, and you guys have done that, and I appreciate that. So let's get off of this, and let's go to our home page and take a look at where we're at with that. All right, so if you'll scroll down here, you'll see that I have loaded an awful lot of stuff. I'll put our week 6 video in after I get this done, but it's not in there yet. Quiz number 3 is there. We'll go over that in a few minutes because I want to get a couple other things done first. Discussion board. All right, for our last discussion board, tell us about a time you were misunderstood. Maybe the person did not hear you right or did not understand the context of what you were saying. And I put in there, I'm going to give an example today, and I'm going to give you an example. I'm a little bit hard of hearing. A few years back, I was going to buy a gag gift for a worker that was retiring, and I wanted a bell. She was retiring in July. I bought a bell from after searching quite a few places, I went to a florist and bought a bell like they use for homecoming moms, things like that. I put it on a ribbon and gave it to my coworker. A few days later, the florist who sold me the bell and I were getting gas at the same time. When they looked over at me and said, "Man, it's hotter than hell." I said, "It sure is. It is hot." I got in the car to leave. My wife said, "Do you know what she said to you?" I said, "Yeah, she told me it's hotter than hell." She said, "No." She said, "How is that bell?" So clearly it was a misunderstanding on my part. I'm sure she left there wondering what the heck that was all about. You might have had a similar situation, or you might have been talking about something that somebody thought they knew something about and interjected and they didn't. Give us an example of it and let's chat back and forth. We might have similar things take place. I did post your position paper number 2. It's due. You guys have seen this before. Do not use the same topic that you used before. Pick a different topic and let's write a position paper. I want this to be Times New Roman, double spaced. No leeway there. It will affect your grade on that paper if you don't do that. There was a couple of glitches in posting last time. I could see those and account for those. But I don't want to see anything that's just clumped together. Write it by the directions. That's the only really big issue that I'm really going to push with you on this. Write your position paper, get that submitted. It is still due next Friday. So that's the last one. Let's talk about our last quiz. Once again, your last quiz is you need to go grab it here, open it up there, and you're going to get something like this. All right, let me see if I can, let me go through and add that video capture. All right, there we go. Now we got it added. Let's walk through it real quickly. This is taken from the last 3 chapters. I didn't ask any questions on chapter 12 because actually chapter 12 you don't start reading till today. Question number 1. Some relationships are formed because we have no choice. This is taken straight from the book. The examples given is children, siblings, things like that. So that actually is going to be, we all say together, true. The goal in the initiating stage is to show a person that you are, show that you are a person that's worth talking to. And if you read through initiating stage in regarding to relationships, you'll find that that is also true. All relationships, partnerships, and friendships should last a lifetime. And I took out the one word that was a giveaway from that, and that was marriages. And since they should, but they don't, that statement is false. Number 4, gender plays no role in how we communicate with friends. And if you look straight through the book, it will tell you that culture and gender are important to how we communicate with people. Cross-sex friendships offer a wealth of benefits, and we know that to be a great benefit for us, so that is true. The definition of what is a family has not changed over the past decade. I think we'd be hard-pressed to know anything that has not changed in the last decade, so that is a false. Everyone does not need to know there's a disagreement for conflict to exist. You know, I think we've all had situations where we saw that, where not everybody knew that they were disagreeing, but for a true conflict to exist, everyone needs to know. Avoidance occurs when people choose not to confront an issue, and we know that is true. I'm sorry, that is false. False. Let me grab the book real quick and give us that is true. Avoidance does occur when people choose not to confront an issue. It is taken from your book right under avoidance and lose-lose section of chapter 11. A win-win approach is not always possible for every conflict. And that is true. A win-win approach is not always possible. Most cultures prefer mutual benefit resolutions for conflict. And we all like to win. So that, in fact, would be true as well. Okay, so that is your quiz. All of those statements and questions are taken directly from your book. If you have a chance to look through to get your reading done, then that should keep you up with that. Let's. I have most everything graded in. I'll make sure that we have everything covered. Let me pop that off real quick here. All right. I have almost everything graded. There are a couple of you that are missing some key assignments earlier on, and they're going to put you right there at the edge. The biggest thing that's going to push you over is to make sure that you do your journal. Looking closely at those. Some of you have been way ahead and done everything right up to the point where they need to be. If you have not, then it's going to be on you. Get those things knocked out and wrapped up. And other than that, I will give you the preview of the final on Wednesday. I will leave that video up. We'll talk about it a lot. The video, the final is going to be a lot of true-false. There is going to be one essay type question. I'm talking essay. I'm talking a paragraph answer to, because I want to show you, I want to see that you've read some things. Otherwise, you guys are knocking this out. We are almost done. By the time we do our last video right before the final, you'll be within days of wrapping this up. If you have questions about where things are, or what's been graded or not graded, or what you lack on, and if you've missed something, I don't do makeups. I'll throw you it to kind of give you a good idea of where you're at, but I won't let you make up a grade. You definitely, especially some of the things from earlier on. Get your discussion boards done, and otherwise we will talk again about Wednesday.